Good evening, race fans, and welcome back for another week with the United Dirt Sim Series Spec 360s from our Sportsman division, coming to you live from the dirt track here at Limaland. This is Lima, Ohio. Pretty nice little bull ring here, quarter mile, medium banked, I would say, and definitely a fairly wide surface, at least through the corners. But as you go down the straightaway, it definitely tends to narrow up a little bit. We are approaching the end of our season number 2, and currently Mr. Consistency himself, Aiden Beerline, is setting in the front of the point standings for this series. He's got about a 100-point lead, and as long as his consistency continues to hold up, I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch him here for the end of the season. And we've got a couple minutes here left in practice, so I'm going to go ahead and kick us over to our national anthem, and we'll be back with you here in just a few moments.
Two-time Grammy and three-time Academy of Country Music Award winner Leanne Rimes in the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there.
green, green. Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Got no sound.
And apparently we had a little bit of a sound glitch there. Not sure what was going on. Looks like Tyler Street with now beginning to open up a fairly commanding lead here in heat race number 2. Going to have 2 laps to go this time by. Rico Robles and Mason Hannigan duking it out for that 2nd and 3rd spot. And Hayden Harvey and Richie Preston are battling now for the 4th and final transfer spot out of heat race number 1. So white flag this time by for the 4-star of Tyler Street. Rico Robles trying to reel him in, but he's going to run out of time as we go through 3 and 4 this time. Now look at Mason Hannigan with the charge around the top side of the track. Not quite able to catch Rico Robles in time. And that's going to bring us around to heat race number 3. And sitting on the pole is going to be the 27 of Ty Williams. Outside of him, the 01 of Jesse Dacus. Row number 2, Aiden Bierlein in the 13, your current points leader for the 360 Spec Series. And outside of him, Jason Nygaard in the 22. Row number 3, the 82 of Dustin Catchfence Griffiths. And the 43 of Caden Blaser. Row number 4, Joe Isabel in the 6, and Cale Heibelt in the 58. Row number 5, the 8 of Carl Deach, and the 35 of Matt Yorker. Row number 6, Nicholas Gaithy and Coulter West in the number 10. This time by, drivers receiving the signal side by side, nose to tail, will be going green out of turn number 4 here in heat race number 3. I do believe this will be our final heat race for this evening before we move into our B main. Ty Williams sets the pace through 3 and 4. It's a slow one. He's on the gas pedal early. Out of turn 4, a little bit of a jump on Jesse Dacus, but not able to really capitalize it. Now Aiden Bierlein with a good charge to the inside. He's all the way up into 2nd place already. Jason Nygaard running 3rd, and Jesse Dacus seems to have the anchor out a little bit, falling backward through the field. Looks like he's finally got it going forward now in 4th spot. As Ty Williams continues to lead, Aiden Bierlein trying to track him down with a good charge around the outside. Look at him work that cushion on the high side. Now Ty Williams going to slam the door as they go down the backstretch. Bierlein looks to the inside. He may have a run, not quite able to get it done. Now look at Jason Nygaard work the outside, trying to go around both. Not sure, there may have been a little bit of contact between those 2 cars. Bierlein back to the top side, Ty Williams around the bottom. Bierlein with a good charge out of turn number 4, not able to do anything with it as Ty Williams closes the door into turn 1. Now Jason Nygaard looks down the track a little bit. Aiden Bierlein splits the 2 of them. Slide job, turn 4, Bierlein to the point. Ty Williams powers back through the middle. He's not going to give up that 2nd spot very easily. Now Nygaard on the bottom through 1 and 2. He's going to make a race out of this for 1st place. Ty Williams starting to slide back now as Nygaard makes the bottom work. Bierlein continues to open up his lead. With 4 laps to go here in the 3rd and final heat race, Nygaard now does battle with Ty Williams for that 3rd spot. Ty Williams has the car rolling very nicely around the top side. But look at Nygaard, he's not ready to give up 2nd spot. A little bit of slick forming as you can see the reflection from the lights there at the bottom of the corner. 2 laps to go now for Aiden Bierlein as Ty Williams gets a little piece of the wall through 1 and 2. Dives back to the bottom, Nygaard up top. And Caden Blaser is now sitting in that 4th and final transfer spot. Look at his run, slide job. Whoa, he shut the door on Ty Williams to take that 3rd spot. Now the 2 are going to be right against each other coming out of the corner. Oh, big crash. Not sure how that's going to sort out. I do believe Ty Williams is going to be in the B main as he got turned around there by the 43 of Caden Blaser. And looks like that's going to roll us over to our C main tonight. And looks like our starting order for tonight's C main, sitting on the pole, will be the 24 of Joshua Piquel. Outside of him will be the 35 of Matt Yorker. Excuse me. The second row on the inside, the 88 of Clint Stone and the 144 of Johnny Collier. Row number 3 on the inside, Joe Isabel in the 6 and Steven Fernberg in the 029. Row number 4 will be the 77 of Dustin Sargent and the 82 of Dustin Griffiths. Not real common to see catch fence all the way back here in the C main, so we'll see if he puts on a show for us. Row number 5 will be the number 2 of Andrew Hansen and the 40 of Dustin Shreves. Row number 6, the 8 of Carl Deitch and the 97 of Alex Hanna. And rounding out the field will be the number 10 of Coulter West. We do have 4 drivers that have scratched for the evening. That's Steven Fernberg, Dustin Shreves, Alex Hanna, and Coulter West. So that's going to shorten up the field a little bit. 4 of these drivers will proceed on to tonight's B main. And I believe 12 drivers will advance from the B main into the A due to our shortened format. Clint Stone, another driver we're not accustomed to seeing this deep in the field, but this is the nature of a bull ring. A lot of drivers you're used to seeing up front can struggle in their heat race, and it'll put them deep in the alphabet soup with a chance to run their way out. And green flag out of turn number 4. Joshua Piquel early on the loud pedal. He's going to take it through the middle through turn 1 and 2. Clint Stone working the bottom, trying to find his way up to the point. Looks like he's going to get a little piece of the tire there in turn 3. Gathers the car up, manages to keep it going, but he's going to slide all the way to the back. Not the way Clint Stone wanted this race to start out. And looks like Joe Isabel now challenging for that second spot. Joshua Piquel continues to lead the race, but look at how the bottom of this track is really starting to work now that the top side has slowed down a little bit. Catch Fence Griffiths working the high side, had to diamond the corner to take the 4th spot, and now the yellow is going to come out with 9 laps to go this time by. Those of you familiar with the racing here at United Dirt Sim Series will know that we do count caution laps. So every caution in these early mains actually costs the drivers that are deep in the field. So currently your 4 cars looking to transfer out of the C main onto tonight's B main. Joshua Piquel in the 24, the 35 of Matt Yorker, the 6 of Joe Isabel, and the 82 of Catch Fence Dustin Griffiths. And we're going to take a minute to go on board with Dustin Griffiths. Say hello to the Crescent Donut on the side of that car. And we'll ride along with him from the outside of row number 2 on this restart. Track really starting to look very, very racy. And Griffith's really working that high side. He really likes to be up there. You can see how that turn 2 fence kind of jumps out at you toward the exit of the corner. And looks like Joshua Piquel is really having to work to hold on to the lead at the moment. Joe Isabel and Catch Fence Griffiths. Oh, a couple cars tangled. I believe that was Carl Deitch that may have gotten turned around there. Could be wrong. Now Griffiths around the top side. Whoa, they were 3 wide out of turn number 2 there. Griffiths to the point. Now out of turn number 4, he's going to take the lead. Joe Isabel on the bottom. Griffiths on the top. They're going to run side by side as the laps count down here. We've got 2 to go this time by. Griffith seems to really have that car working on the top side, but Joe Isabel is not ready to give up just yet. Now Griffith slams the door into turn 3. Joe Isabel really had to get on the binders to make sure he didn't run over Griffiths. Good respectful racing from these two. And it's going to come down to 3 and 4. Who's going to win this one? Isabel on the inside. Looks like Griffith's going to power around the outside and pick up the win here in the C main. So Dustin Griffiths, Joe Isabel, Joshua Piquel, and Clint Stone worked his way back into the fourth and final transfer spots. So we're going to see him here in tonight's B main. And if I'm remembering correct, 12 out of the 14 drivers in tonight's B main will be going to tonight's A main. So we'll take a moment here to go over the starting grid. Starting on the pole, the 56 of Randy Shreves and the 25 of Richie Preston. Row number 2, Ty Williams in the 27 and the 37 of Jeremy Isabel. Row number 3, the 21 of Braden Matson and the 73 of Nicholas McGathy. Row number 4, the 29 of Anthony Goyette and the 72 of Ludovic Busan. Row number 5, Cale Hebelt and the 54 of Chris Jones. Row number 6, the 82 of Dustin Griffiths and Joe Isabel in the 6. Row number 7 will be Joshua Piquel, and Clint Stone will round out the field on the outside of row number 7. Should be some exciting racing we hope to get a little bit of from the back of this field. Some very, very quick drivers that'll be trying to make their way to the front in the 15-lap B main. As you can see, as the laps tick away, this track gets racier and racier and more equal top and bottom. Randy Shreves sets the pace. He's going to get on the loud pedal out of turn number 4 and lead us back to the green flag. Richie Preston grabs the top side, trying to build a little momentum. As you can see, Ty Williams and Braden Matson doing battle now for the 3rd and 4th spot. I imagine we'll see quite a few of these drivers just kind of ride, hoping not to be in that bottom 2. Randy Shreves sets a good pace right around the top side. Not doing anything too crazy, but let's jump back here a little bit as we've got a 5-car battle for the about 5th through 9th. And Richie Preston going to get a little bit of a right rear there from the 73 of Nicholas McGathy. Did gather up the car early enough to not slide into the back 2. And now up front, Braden Matson has gotten around Randy Shreves for the lead. Cars continuing to kind of settle into their positions as we are now 5 laps into this race, 10 laps to go. We've got a 4-car battle right now for the 3rd spot. Jeremy Isabel currently controls it. But there is quite a challenge now from Anthony Goyette. And look at this 73 of Nicholas McGathy go straight to 3rd place before falling back to 4th as he lost the momentum out of turn number 2. Now Anthony Goyette, working the bottom side of the track, is going to make a challenge for the 3rd spot. Now Braden Matson has a battle on his hand as Randy Shreves has started working the bottom side of the track, and he's getting a good run down there off of the corners. Shreves on the bottom, Matson up top. Matson has the lead currently, but look at the move from Randy Shreves. He is going to make a race of this. Shreves going to get a little bit out of the moisture down on the bottom side, still making it work. 6 laps to go this time by. Now Braden Matson a little bit over the cushion. That's going to give Shreves the room he needed to try to take back the lead down the backstretch. But Shreves not able to make it work on the bottom side out of turn number 4. 5 laps remain for Braden Matson. Randy Shreves continues to work the bottom, looking for a line that he can make fast and find a way around Braden Matson. Also possible he's just waiting for his opportunity. Now Braden Matson gets a little piece of the fence there in turn number 2. He's going to go sliding back and hand the lead to Randy Shreves, and Anthony Goyette now running 2nd. But look at the gaggle of cars just following Anthony Goyette through the corner. We've got Nicholas McGathy, Dustin Griffiths, Jeremy Isabel, and Joe Isabel now is all within striking distance of that top 4. Now Nicholas McGathy with a good run through the middle of the track. He's made it work. Suits his driving style very nicely as he's going to power up into the 2nd spot. Dustin Griffith's going to fall back to 4th, but Anthony Goyette trying his best to wear down McGathy, and McGathy going to make a little mistake on the backstretch. He's going to slide back into 3rd spot, and that's the checkered flag. And once again, if I'm remembering correct, everyone from 12th on up is going to make tonight's A-Main, so Cale Heibelt and Braden Matson not going to make tonight's A-Main. And that's going to bring us around to a 5-minute warm-up where these drivers can kind of work on the track a little bit and try to make it a little bit more racy. We'll keep the running order up so you folks that are watching at home can get an idea of what kind of times these drivers are turning. And let's go on board with the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan, as he works the top side of the track, and listen to the throttle control as he works that car right against the fence. Got a little piece of it there on the front stretch, but it gives you an idea of just how much footwork is involved in wrestling one of these cars around a little quarter mile. You know, you might think that these cars are more or less stand on the gas and hope for the best with the amount of downforce they generate, but you put them on a little quarter mile and downforce isn't quite as effective because the speeds aren't as high. Looks like Mason Hannigan currently the 6th fastest car out on the track. And currently the fastest car, we'll go on board with him real quick, is Braden Eiler in that 005. As he works the bottom, and listen to how low that engine gets as he works through the corner. Very, very impressive throttle control from this young driver. And we'll go back to the broadcast camera just in time to catch, I believe that was Jesse Dacus going for a pretty good ride there in turn 2. And looks like UDSS officials are happy with the track condition to start out the A-Main, so they have thrown the checkered flag, and that will bring us around to tonight's feature event. And starting on the pole of tonight's A-Main is going to be the 100 of Kenneth Payne. Outside of him, the 4-star of Tyler Street. Row number 2, the 13 of Aiden Beerline and the 85 of Tyler Shell. Row number 3, the 3 of Rico Robles and the 22 of Jason Nygaard. Row number 4, the 15 of Carter Chevalier and the 1 of Mason Hannigan. Row number 5, the 43 of Caden Blaser and the 005 of Braden Eiler. Row number 6, the 55 of Hayden Harvey and the 01 of Jesse Dacus. Row number 7 will be the 56 of Randy Shreves and the 29 of Anthony Goyette. Row number 8, the 73 of Nicholas McGathy and the 82 of Catchfence Dustin Griffiths. Row number 9 will be the 37 of Jeremy Isabel and the 25 of Richie Preston. Row number 10, the 6 of Joe Isabel and the 72 of Ludovic Busan. Row number 11 will be Clint Stone in the 88 and the 24 of Joshua Piquel. And rounding out the field, the crazy Australian Chris Jones in the 54 and the 27 of Ty Williams. So 24-car starting grid and 40 laps the distance here at Limaland. Kenneth Payne going to control the pace now. And he picks up the throttle at a turn number 4, gets a decent jump on Tyler Street, but good start for Tyler Street right to the cushion. But look at the charge from Aiden Beerline. He's already trying to win this race on the first lap. Had to back off a little bit. And that's going to allow Kenneth Payne and Tyler Street to get back into first and second. But look at the race right now for, let's see, that's about 3rd through 6th. All these drivers stacked up, very, very close quarters. Very impressive car control from all these drivers. Now Tyler Shell up to 2nd place, working the top side of the track, and look at Jason Nygaard hooked right on the back bumper of Shell. Braden Eiler works up to the 5th spot. We'll jump back to him real quick. You can see a lot of these guys really trying to keep the car straight through the corner. Not a lot of room for error when you're stacked up like this. And now Aiden Beerline beginning to fall back through the field. That car may be a little bit out of shape from some of the contact he had early on. Kenneth Payne continues to lead, but look at Tyler Schell, as always, hunting him down, working that top side like the pro that he is. And now he's got to run around the outside of Kenneth Payne. Payne doing his best to hold the bottom of the track.
Yellow flag is out.
Now we've got a yellow that's going to come out, and that might be the break that Kenneth Payne was looking for. Not sure if it's going to give the lead to Tyler Schell. Yes, it is. Looks like Tyler Schell is going to inherit the lead that he took right before the yellow flew. And looking like that caution may have been for Randy Shreves, as he's now showing a couple laps down. Yes, we can confirm. Looks like Randy Shreves was the driver that is out here on lap number 10. And looks like the caution lights are out on the speedway. Drivers are going to line up 2 by 2 very, very quickly down the backstretch. So Tyler Schell is going to lead him around to the first restart. And he gets on the loud pedal out of turn 4. Look how close he got to the inside tires. And right back to the top side through 1 and 2, build a little bit of momentum.
Yellow flag is out.
And that's going to bring out the caution flag once again, as we've got a couple more drivers that may have gotten tangled up, possibly Clint Stone and Chris Jones. And scratch that, looks like my timing screen is just wanting to give me bad information. So the drivers will have one more chance at a double file restart, and after that UDSS officials will determine single file for the remainder of the race. And the driver's dropping into double file now, so we'll be going green out of turn number 4. Still 22 cars on the lead lap as reported by my timing information. Tyler Schell picks up the gas out of turn number 4. And look at the jump he managed on Kenneth Payne, but Kenneth Payne's not done yet. And look at the little charge around the bottom from Rico Robles, doing his best to make the bottom of this track, which is almost gone. Now Braden Eiler up into the 3rd spot. He kind of came out of nowhere, working right through the middle of the track. He's got something figured out because he drove right around Jason Nygaard. Now Kenneth Payne a little out of shape there out of turn number 4. That's going to stack up the field a little bit. Now Braden Eiler getting a little piece of the wall at the same time that Kenneth Payne did. So now Jason Nygaard going to battle possibly up into the 2nd spot. We'll have to see when that caution came out. And Tyler Schell, looking behind him, was seeing something he really liked, and that was a lot of open space. But that evaporated immediately with that caution flag coming back out. And looks like Jason Nygaard is going to be scored in the 3rd spot. So Kenneth Payne will retain 2nd. And this caution is going to bring us a little bit past halfway. Let's jump on board with Tyler Schell here for just a moment, give you an idea of how blown off this track is beginning to look. As you can see, the lights around the speedway really make it shine. All that dry slick is really, really hard to find any kind of traction on. And looks like we are ready to go back green as Tyler Schell is going to turn it down the track. And gets one great jump on Kenneth Payne. Now Jason Nygaard, either with some internet connection issues or he got a big piece of that wall there in turn number 1. But Tyler Schell setting sail and going to run off. But No, he's going to get a little piece of the wall.
Yellow
Looks
flag
like
is
it's
out.
getting a little sketchy. They're in 1 and 2 as even the pro drivers are having a tough time negotiating that corner on the top side. And that's going to bring out the caution flag one more time. As possibly Nicholas McGathy involved in that last one. As well as Hayden Harvey. So tough break for those drivers. Looks like Nicholas McGathy was able to rejoin the field, but Hayden Harvey is currently sitting in pit road. And caution lights are out on the speedway. We will be going green out of turn number 4. Tyler Schell setting a fairly quick pace around the top side of the track. And he's on the gas. Dives to the bottom out of turn number 4. And whoa, we got 3 drivers tangled up right at the front of the field. Not sure what happened there, but Kenneth Payne looked a little out of shape coming down the track out of turn number 4. And I believe Jason Nygaard. And I'm not sure who the second car was. But they got a piece of Kenneth Payne, and down into the infield they went. And looks like Rico Robles and possibly Carter Chevalier also got a piece of that accident. Jason Nygaard now having to dive into the pit lane to get a few repairs done on that car, so that's going to put him to the back. So interesting turn of events there. As the officials begin to sort things out. Anytime you get a caution right on a start like that, it definitely
Hang on, we're not going green.
messes up the system a little bit. And that's going to leave your current top 5. Tyler Schell, Kenneth Payne, Tyler Street, Braden Eiler, and Jeremy Isabel setting in the 5th spot. Richie Preston worked his way all the way up to 6th now. And the iRacing.com service seems to be having a fun time sorting out where it wants Hayden Harvey to be.
Hang on, we're not going green. Hang on, we're not going green.
And looks like things are finally beginning to sort themselves out, so hopefully this time by we'll be able to go green flag. Caution lights remain out on the speedway, so drivers are prepared to go at any time once they reach turn 4. Tyler Schell once again sets a reasonably quick pace around the top side of turn 3. He's going to dive to the bottom through turn 4.
Green flag.
Much better start back through the field. Tyler Schell working the top side, much more careful this time through 1 and 2.
Yellow flag is out.
And once again, the caution flag going to come out. Seems a few drivers getting impatient here in the closing laps of this race. Looks like Jeremy Isabel, Anthony Goyette, and Chris Jones all having to duck into the pit area. Get a little work done on those cars. And likely going to see somewhere in the neighborhood of green-white checkered to close out this race. And we'll have 3 laps to go as we come out of turn number 4. Tyler Schell on the loud pedal. Kenneth Payne caught a little bit out of sorts there. And that might have been just the jump that Tyler Schell needed to put this race out of reach of Kenneth Payne. Braden Eiler now doing battle, working around the low side with the slider. He's going to take away the position from Tyler Street, but Street now able to battle back around the inside. Whoa, they were nearly 5 wide there out of that corner. And caution flag is going to come out once again. We'll see how things sort out this time. Looks like Tyler Street is going to move up into the 3rd spot. And Braden Eiler is going to move back into 4th. So now we'll have our official green-white checkered. Tyler Schell has pretty much commanded the majority of this race. Very, very talented driver. Anytime he shows up, you know there's always a good chance he's going to run away with it. And looks like this time out of turn number 4, Tyler Street on the throttle. Once again, diving to the bottom of the track, and he's going to carry his speed up to the top side. We're going to stay watching this battle right now for the 3rd spot. Tyler Street kind of working through the middle. He's managed to find a way to make it work. Now Kenneth Payne working right in front of him a little bit higher. Not quite up on the cushion. White flag is out for Tyler Schell. Kenneth Payne and Tyler Street now doing battle for 2nd. Kenneth Payne gets a little bit crossed up, collects Braden Eiler. That's going to shift everything around. Tyler Street going to bring home 2nd, and Mason Hannigan bringing home 3rd. After a little mistake by Kenneth Payne is going to cost him a position on the podium. So your top 3 tonight, Tyler Schell bringing home the win. 2nd place going to Tyler Street, and Mason Hannigan going to bring home 3rd place. It just goes to show you it's never really over until it's over, as Kenneth Payne falls off the podium after just a tiny little mistake there in turn 3. I'll give these drivers a few moments here to gather their thoughts. And finishing in 3rd place tonight, the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. Gotta say, you were sitting in a good position to capitalize there on a mistake right at the end. What can you tell me about how your race went?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Kind of got caught up and wrecked on the backstretch. Kind of messed up the car, and I think the car was pretty bent out of shape all night. And, kind of came to a restart, and I think I was probably 6th and got hooked there, and I think I was back to 12th, and then just kind of worked the middle and top and 3 and 4, and kind of got myself back up to 5th there. And then on the last lap, I kind of came around the top and, kind of picked off them last 3 guys because I think Kenneth got a little loose, and Braden and Richie and I'm not sure who else got caught up in that and just kind of went to the high side because it's been fast all night, and I don't think anyone really kind of looked at it the way I did. So I kind of went up there and just kind of capitalized on all them guys.
Well, some of the time that's all it takes to end up back in a good position to bring home a podium. Uh, did the track suit you fairly well most of the night, other than the fact the car got a little bent up here in the A main?
Yeah, I mean the track suited me pretty good there because it was slick, and I could kind of roll through the middle and I could run the top here, and I'm not really used to running the top like I normally would. But it was kind of a rough night, and um, good group of guys. It's just kind of a little rough tonight, and that's what you expect on a short track here and there. But it was. I mean, it was slick all night and kind of worked up a cushion there in 3 and 4. I think 1 and 2 is a little bit thinner than what is in 3 and 4. So I kind of just ran through 1 and 2 a little bit through the bottom or through the middle, and didn't want to get myself caught up on the wall.
Gotcha. Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank? Whoever got you out here to this evening?
Yeah, you guys putting on the league on, and for you broadcasting it, Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Sims, and all the people that help out.
All right. Well, congratulations on the third place, and hopefully we'll see you out here tomorrow night, possibly for the 360s again.
Yep, thank you.
And finishing second tonight, Tyler Street in the 4-star. Man, it looked like you were in that top 5 pretty much the whole night. Walk me through how that worked out for you at the end.
Just kind of was being patient. A lot of squirrels up front, that's for sure tonight, and just a lot of squirrels in general. I don't know what happened of why of Billy and Dave not being here tonight, and everybody decided it was gonna be a wreck fest tonight. Uh, I don't know. I just kind of stayed patient. Track was slick enough, but setup was still pretty good in the slick. You could run middle. I didn't feel completely comfortable all the way up top, so I just kind of stayed bottom and middle. And I watched Kenneth in front of me. That he kept working the top a little bit, but Eiler was working the bottom pretty good. So I just kind of figured bottom middle would keep me there, and middle would keep up my momentum. So I just stayed through the middle and just kept working my way.
Yeah, I gotta say, as you were coming down through 1 and 2, and then going into turn 3 on that final lap, it wasn't like you muscled your way down to the bottom, but it seemed like you were able to just grab the bottom and immediately be in front of Kenneth Payne. Was there anything you did a little different there to get down into that corner as well as you did? Because it looked like the car just planted the second you got to the bottom.
I got a little bit more grip somehow off at turn 2, and I have no idea how. And then kind of just pushed myself into turn 3 and made it stick somehow into going into 3 and got Kenneth. I did watch Kenneth hit the wall off of 2, so that was definitely helped me, and then him being squirrely off the backstretch definitely helped as well.
Well, some of the time all you have to do is be in the right place and let the race come to you, and it seems like that's what you managed to do this evening. And
Yeah, that was for sure. Just to kind of be patient and wait and see what happens.
well, it worked out in the end. You picked up a second place. Anybody you'd like to thank this evening?
I gotta thank Dave and Billy and them and everybody at Sofa King, and then of course you guys for putting up the stream. It's awesome to have that going on. Hopefully we get more people watching it. I know with race season kicking back in, it's hard to watch this stuff. So definitely got to thank all of them, and Jessup Logistics, Speed World Hobbies, UDSS, Word Graphics, and of course for you announcing up there.
All right. Well, congratulations on the second place tonight, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for the 305s and 360s again.
Thank you.
And picking up the victory tonight, the man who just seemed to be untouchable once he got out front, Tyler Schell. Tyler, it seemed like nobody had anything for you once you got up front. Walk me through how you pulled that off tonight.
Just being smooth and just waiting for my chance. Like I felt like I was better than Kenneth. I just had to rail the top and get some momentum. I just had to get to the top. First couple laps, I was stranded in the middle, and then I got myself to the top, and I was fine from there. I can just be smooth on the top, and then I got by him. And then I just so worried about hitting my marks. I missed him a couple of times and 1 and 2 and hit the wall. But other than that, it's pretty easy sailing for me.
So yeah, one of the comments we were hearing from a lot of drivers is that 1 and 2 was a lot harder to run up top than 3 and 4. Was the experience pretty much the same for you?
Um, it was just there wasn't you couldn't just throw it in there. I mean, there was really nothing to hold you. You just had to be aware of that. Just it was a finer line than 3 and 4. That's probably the thing that people were saying. It's more of a finer line. So yeah, I'd say it was harder since it was a finer line.
Gotcha. So another win in the 360 Spec Series, and this time you did it on the top side instead of the bottom. What'd you think of the setup tonight?
Um, I really didn't like it, to be honest with you. It didn't feel bad though in the feature. Just heat race and qualifying, it just didn't really suit my driving style at all. I tried to throw some sliders and I just couldn't get it rotated enough through the middle. But in the feature, it wasn't too bad. I feel like it was better for the slick anyway. It was a little on the tighter side, and just had to find a way to drive it, and I found a way in the warm up, and it worked for the feature.
Well, congratulations on picking up the win again. I'm sure there's a few people you need to thank.
Yep, like thank you guys for putting this on, you broadcasting. Then I was up SimSport and our sponsor Interspin Speedway Motorsports Beat, Jessup Logistics, Paints by Tunica, Hergar Real Estate, BS Air, Overall Photographs, Ketrans Apparel, Roofco, and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
All right. Well, that's a mouthful that you have to go through every time. Well, congratulations once again, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for the 360 Open Series. I don't know if you'll have time to make it over for that. I think you have some other engagements typically on Monday nights, don't you?
Yeah, I just take the night off and relax, and I've been watching the Late Model Pro Series a lot.
Oh, gotcha. Well, hopefully you enjoy your Monday night, and we'll see you back here next week, as I think we'll be going to the Knoxville Raceway.
Okay, sounds good. If I'm free, I'll be here.
All right. Well, you have a good one, Tyler.
You too.
Well, another night of spec racing has come to a close. And once again, Tyler Schell shows us how it's done, this time working the top side of the speedway. And Tyler Street bringing home an impressive second. And Mason Hannigan bringing home third. So, good night of racing. Got a little interesting, to say the least, there at the end of the race, as tempers kind of flared, but we finally got in our 40 laps and brought you a decent night of racing, hopefully. So from all of us here at United Dirt Sim Series and Pushing the Cushion Productions, we thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night if we have a broadcaster available. If not, we'll see you next week, coming to you live from the Knoxville Raceway for the Season 2 finale for all of our series. So good night, and see you next time.